one item I definitely consider part of my coloring essentials is this art cart. This is normally where I sit in the evenings. You can see sit over there. And this is where I do a lot of my just chill, relaxed coloring. I ended up getting this cart at Christmas as a Christmas gift to myself, and I've been kind of debating on it for months, and I'm really glad I got it. I have most of my little like marker sets that I use for my color by numbers, like my smaller spree set and shuttle art. This is just basically a bunch of random markers, shuttle art, Sharpies, basically my markers to burn for color by number books. My Wise Brants. I've started keeping some different gel pens and things like that in here as well. I also have some of my water-based markers for any, this is, I think, the Sun Life Drawing palette is where I pulled those for. Down here, I've got, big surprise, bunches of gel pens, bunches of fine liners and extra fine markers that have not been used. The stack of books that I'm working on, those are some laser art water brush markers I need to use. And then in here, in all these drawers, are all my extra, just random alcohol markers, where a couple years ago I went to buying a bunch of markers for like the Amazon Prime days and stuff, and I wish I hadn't done that, but extra markers to burn. So yeah, this card itself is definitely a coloring essential for me now, because it holds a lot of stuff for me, so I don't have to keep going back and forth to the bedroom, or to the office, I mean, the front bedroom, which is now my office, to get my stuff. Another coloring essential, especially sitting here in the living room, is my lap desk, which you can see has been used very much over the years. It's just a simple little plastic lap desk with like a little cushion underneath. I got it some years back, and this is great for holding my laptop when I'm working, if I want to work in here. Hi, Ted. I put her some crunchies there. Ooh, she's like, hey, a nap and a snack. Sounds like a plan. Anyway, this will hold like a full-size 17-inch laptop with a mouse pad and everything. It'll hold my coloring books and mouse pads, just a wide variety of things. I use it every day for something. Definitely need it in here when I am coloring. And my other coloring essential is a really strong light. This one actually has a magnifying glass on it. I'm thinking of swapping this one with the one I have in the office area. I kind of like this light a little better, and then take that one in here. This doesn't have a dim or anything. It's just a turn on, turn off kind of light. It's really bright. I like it a lot. And I absolutely have to have it for the little small square mosaic colors, or when color by numbers have really small numbers. And the magnifying glass is there if I absolutely need it. So that's my other coloring essential that's in here. So to continue with the coloring essentials, we have a glued black marker or pen. This is definitely, I guess this would be number 4 on the list. Is that right? A lot of times when I'm coloring a picture, I wind up having, maybe there's unfinished lines. Like in the Hannah Lynn pictures, I like being able to actually finish the eye, so that there's a little bit of white remaining in the eye when I color those. So oftentimes I'll grab one of these. I do have like a regular micron pen. I have a couple of those. I did get this really nice multi-pack of the Faber-Castell Pitt artist pens. And like you get the really big fat brushes like this, and then you can get like the smaller little detailed ones too. So I like using those a lot. Whoops. And then just like a really big black Sharpie for filling in backgrounds and things like that. Alright, So next up is a good white pen or paint pen. I do have this that I want to try. One issue I always run into is my white gel pens or paint pens, red or certain types of blue will bleed through, and so it won't look pure white. So I do want to try some of this, but for the most part I just use whatever works really well. I'm not it never works easily. Like, I have white gel pens, jelly roll gel pens. I think I have the jelly tins I got as well. I have a Uniball Signo. I also use, Posca paint pens as well, the white ones. And like I said, it's just really whatever gets me the effect. Sometimes a marker, the Posca pen will act up and I'll have to use a gel pen. Sometimes with pencil, it's the other way around. So it's kind of where I'm hoping this bleed proof white will come into play, but I'm constantly adding stars, highlights, all kinds of little bits and pieces at the end of the picture, and I need some sort of white paint or gel pen to make that happen. Speaking of paint pens, those are actually next on my list here at number 6. Yeah. When I'm finishing a picture, I'm getting to the point where I love to add details. I love to go over the black outlines of art in different colors and fill in different areas with acrylic paint without having to use a brush. And sorry for the mowers. That's where these paint markers come in. I have all kinds of different sizes. I do like the really bigger tips for filling in, obviously, the bigger spaces. This is a brand new one that I just got. I haven't tried yet. But a lot of times you can find these for rock painting, but they work really well on coloring pages as well. And then for the really fine detailed ones, lines and areas, I like using the ZR paint markers. So there's those. Next thing up is basically just stencils and embellishments. I kind of just threw all this together. Sometimes with the background or something in the foreground, I need a stencil. So I have a whole bunch of stencils, though I tend to wind up missing the ones I need. So I'm gonna have to get more of these, I think. But stencils work really well. I've used them with gel pens. You can use them with gelatos. You can use them with watercolors. I mean, there's all kinds of different things you can use with the stencils. Chalk pastels. My friend Tammy just got me these geometric ones, which I've shown. They have all kinds of really cool patterns. That'll be good for details, or good for backgrounds. And I also like using things like gem stickers or just little embellishments to a page that really just kind of add something extra to it to make it pop. The next thing up is basically just something sparkly. Again, I kind of just threw all this into a category. When I finish up a page, I love to add some sort of sparkle to it, and I have gathered many tools that allow me to do that. You can get like iridescent glitter glues, regular glitter glues. I have Stickles. I have a Wink of Stella. I just used this one on a Hannah Lynn page in February, and it turned out gorgeous. I love the glitter markers. They're really easy to use. I think this is like a dollar store glitter marker, and they're amazing. And then any type of glitter or iridescent, shiny gel pen. I got my Sparkle Pops right here, which I really enjoy using lately. So yeah, really anything sparkly. If I can add something sparkly to a page, it's probably going to be one of my favorite pages for the month. So. Alright, number 9 is actually my heat gun. you can use a hairdryer as well, though this gives you a little more directed heat just because of the style of the barrel. I use a lot of mixed medium, as you've noticed in my pictures. Sometimes the glitter glue will take a while to dry. Any type of water-based medium that I use will take time to dry, acrylic paint and things like that. If I do need to speed it up for some reason, I just bought a specific heat gun, and eventually when I get to doing more regular art as well, this will come in handy. But it's got like a nice little stand it sits on. But this comes in handy for speeding up drying on my stuff, especially when I'm trying to leave it out and I don't want cats stepping all over it. And finally, at number 10, which shouldn't surprise, I think this is a essential for a lot of people, are my swatch books. So everybody has a different style of swatching their coloring supplies. I love my kitty binder. I figured I'd use this one as my main example. I've tried just regular bound books and they drive me crazy. It's hard to navigate them. I run out of room. If I'm trying to compare one pencil set to another, maybe to try to get additional colors out of another set, I can't just pull that page out and compare it to another page. So I wound up just creating my own swatching system in my binders, and it's all different. Like for my pencils are probably the most elaborate. I used the Jade Summer color swatching book, and then I used the book for a while and I got mad and I just cut out the pages and put them in here. And I use sheet protectors. I have them all labeled and then all written out. So this one's probably the most complete. Well, maybe. I still have my square abrupt furners I have to add to this. But yeah, it just works really well for me. If, let's say, I'm coloring with my Black Widows and I need a different green than what it's offering me, I can easily take this out of the binder, move this sheet to another set of pencils just to compare like the greens to see if I can get that unique green that I'm looking for. So that is like my colored pencils set. That works well for me. Watercolors is the most incomplete. I have plenty of watercolors I need to swatch. For the watercolors, I do use a swatch page from Jennifer Stay at Coloring Pages Bliss. I think it's just Coloring Bliss now. That I got when I was a member. And I printed this out on like a heavy cardstock, and that worked really well. I do have all my labels there, I just don't have anything else really swatched yet. So, and then finally, my markers. Actually, this might be the more complete one. I think I'm only missing one set. Well, that and the pencils. So, I do keep blends. Right now, I'm just kind of putting them on blank pieces of paper, which I'll probably do with pencils as well. I just haven't got around to it yet. And I also use the Coloring Pages Bliss ones from here. These I've been using recently. Y'all have seen this. Anyway, so yeah, swatches, swatches, swatches. And apparently random stuff stuffed into the binder too, so. Anyway, so those are my 10 coloring essentials. I know I am late to the game on this, so if you haven't done this tag and you would like to do it, please consider yourself tagged by me. Like I said, I know I'm a little late to the game. So, hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.